right. And this is beautiful music from Hogadem. And this is Hugadem.
From Agorsor.
No, so the band is called Agorsor.
Yes.
Okay, so Hugadem is just one of
It's
the
the title of the album.
title of the album. Okay, so this is Nyonwofia Agorsor, and she's the lead singer for the Agorsor Band, and that's her husband right there. That's the Mr. Agorsor himself. I'm sure this is the reason, we have the name Agorsor as the band, and these are the other band members, and we are here to have a conversation with the Agorsor Band. Nyonwofia is the lead singer, and you see her, doing all her moves here. Today we're going to know more about this song and about the band and about the new one. I can't what? There's one I heard. Wait, I'm not talking to you. I don't know who she's not talking to, but this is beautiful, and she calls it Afro world music. And for people who want an alternative to all the noise, I'm sure this is what you recommend any day, anytime. You get to know where to find them and more about them. Stay tuned. Alright, so I told you that we're going to be back with a conversation with the Agorsor Band. We start with Nyonwofia, who is the lead singer of the band, and she brings a lot of refreshingness to what she does. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay, this is like our own Angelique Kidjo. I don't know what you think, but this can be the big deal for us. I don't know if anybody has told you, but looking at you sing, the haircut, the looks and everything speaks to me more like this is an Angelique Kidjo. Has anybody said that to you before?
Yeah, people say that. They mention all kinds of musicians, actually, not only.
Okay.
Yeah, Angelique Kidjo, they mention a lot. Everybody have their own prescription.
Okay, so for you, when you look at yourself, what is that ultimate that you're looking at reaching with what you're doing?
Well, our music is full of messages, current issues that are affecting society. So our main focus is to bring out messages that will bring that enlightenment to the society. So that is all what we aim to hit, the awareness, to bring that awareness. A lot of things that are going on that people are not aware of, starting from the servitude system of education in the whole of Africa, not only Ghana. You see, that system of education only encourages clerical education, which is aimed at the gathering of information. Now, this education was given to us by, the West, if I should put it this way, and they make all effort for us to remain where we are, which is not bringing any improvement to us. So it has taken away our languages, our music, our identity, the knowledge system, the knowledge foundation of who we are as Africans. Nowadays, you see, we grow our crops with chemicals. We do all this thing, cutting down trees. People burn in society any time of the day, particularly in the night, where after all the hassle, you've been to the job, you are back, you need some few hours of sleep. Then they'll be burning the plastics and all these things, which is not healthy to the environment.
So for you, it's basically sending a message across about lifestyle and how you think that life should be.
Yes.
And then for you as a lead singer, when you look at yourself in the mirror with all the messages you have and how the band puts together the song, what image do you see? Who do you put yourself, against, or who do you put yourself apart with and say, this is who I am targeting to be like or to be more than?
Well, interestingly, I don't have anything that or anybody that I'm looking up to be this. It's not to show off or anything, but honestly, all our inspiration coming from the shrine, where you have the various arts that fits you, shapes your awareness. All the things that I pick from the shrine is what I put into the music. And it's all about awareness, as I've already said. So my target, if you ask who I'm, it's rather the knowledge, that awareness, that pillar point of society to enable people do things well. That is the image.
That's the image. Now, when you say the shrine, I want to ask more about that because we know that, and sorry, people who do the kind of music you do always talk about the shrine because in Lagos we know that Fela has a shrine. So I want to understand what kind of shrine is it? Is it a music setup shrine? What do you mean when you say a shrine?
If we say a shrine, you are an African. We are Africans. We all know what shrine is. Shrine, you have the deities there, the gods, all these things there. That is the kind of shrine I'm talking about. Because as Africans, our knowledge system has various rooms that brings us to awareness, that brings us intimately with the universe. So the shrine, and I'm talking of the shrine we all know, that is the shrine because I'm a priestess.
Okay.
I am a priestess.
Okay, so the Nyonwofia is not a name you took for yourself, or it's a traditional name.
It's my name. It's just a name, birth name given to me.
Oh, Nyonwofia, the queen,
Queen of women.
Queen of women. So that's what your parents gave you from birth. Yeah. It's not an artistic name.
No.
Oh, I see. So it means that you've lived the name all through your life then, because I was thinking that it was an artistic name.
No.
Okay, so tell us some more about the Agorsor Band. You lead the band. Where do you take the band to? Which stages do you mount and all that?
Well, Agorsor Band started back in the year 2000. So I joined the band. My husband formed the band. Okay. I like the sound of the flute. So passing by that time, they rehearsed at Legon. So when I close from school, I hear the flute sound and it draws me closer. So, and at that time, I used to go to the campus, University of Legon, University of Ghana, Legon, to help them with their final year project. I mean, the dance students, because I'm a dancer too. So through that, I heard the sound, I joined them, and it all started from there. But compositions of Agorsor Band, instrumentations, everything is done by myself and my husband. Yeah, arrangements, everything, the lyrics, everything is done by us.
How do you get the inspiration? Because some of the things you were speaking about, like the no more, if I get you right, you're talking about colonialism and servitude and all that. How do you get the inspiration to put these words together? Because most often, people who do this kind of music, sometimes they think that they are not literate.
Yes, it's rather the opposite. If you think like this, it's rather the opposite. But you see, there is a system that has been put in place to make you that is speaking against the colonialism look primitive. In this sense, the other way around is rather primitive because you've deserted everything that makes who you are, your identity, your language, as I said, your music, everything is gone. In society or a continent, if your music is taken away from you, then you've lost everything because music is the only tool that educates or you use to train the body, mind and soul, and it opens you to the hall of all-knowing. So without music, without language, because the Western languages has become paramount, so now everything we do, it has to be the second one, and it's a shame. Africa, we should be ashamed of ourselves. Though there are points or things that are there to ensure these things to go, we also have to do something. We also have to get this awareness. And the best way I think of putting it is into the music and my art.
And so where do you go with this music? How receptive are people when you go sing about things like this, when you go?
People really accept it. If you look at the comments coming, since time, it's been positive.
Where are the places that you go? Do you go out beyond the shores of Ghana, or you're here and people get to invite you to places? Where do you usually perform?
Well, what we do is that we don't largely perform. In the past, we used to perform, like over 10 years ago, we used to perform at the embassies, Alliance Francaise, and then few shows. Because the reason why we pulled out from performing a lot is that when you go to shows, particularly if there are other artists on the shows, you are not allowed, simply because you are here with the traditional instrument. The engineers, not all of them though, but largely, this is what I'm talking from experience. You are not allowed to do sound check. And over 90% of shows is like this. You're not allowed to do sound check. Even if you do it, you are expected to do sound check under 5 minutes. This does not guarantee a good sound. The only thing I want for a show, the very thing I want for the show, is the sound check. We're supposed to take more hours than even the show. Then you can ensure a good sound. So if you perform constantly and you are not able to do sound check, you go to the show, everything is off. We just decided to pull off. You rehearse rather more, put up a studio. Because as a musician, if you don't have a studio, where you get up and just do your thing, just like the painting side, it becomes very difficult and frustrating. If you're not careful, you just leave the music scene. So we draw back, no shows, we've been rehearsing, and this thing has taken like 17 years now. We've been rehearsing almost every day. We rehearse, put up a studio, then we started to record the songs now. So we just came out with the album, as you already know, in November 2018.
You intend to make it commercial? You're going to sell it, or how do you intend to market
At the
that?
moment, it's online on the various online stores, every online stores. And then in March, a vinyl is coming out on the album, so that it will not be only the digital distribution, but we'll have the vinyl also, which is being printed at the moment in the UK. For you to sell. But the vinyl, it's people think it's obsolete. How do people get to play? They don't have a player and all that. Yeah,
here.
in our part of the the continent right now, we don't use it. You see, if a continent is not much into production yourself, you produce the things, you use it for a while and you discard it. But the people who did this thing, they are still using it. We don't do music to only look at around you. It's all over. Our music is all over. And we're going to start touring this year in Europe and all over.
Wow. So you've been hearing conversations about the Agorsor Band with the lead vocalist, Nyonu. And very soon they'll do another performance. Then we can speak to each member of the band. Remember, I told you that the husband is, and she also confirmed that, formed the band some 19 years ago, because it started in 2000. And we get to know more about them and what keeps them going, how they make revenue, and how she said the acceptance is huge here in Ghana. But again, are they really optimizing, this acceptance? Because how many times do you get to see the Agorsor Band out there? She said they don't do shows anymore. But what about their own shows? We'll be back with some more here. right, so obviously all these people make up the Agorsor Band, and we're going to have a conversation on their roles each. And she's going to tell us, how much of importance or how important these folks add, or what importance they add to her role as a lead singer. And so we'll start from your husband. And when you're introducing me, I thought you would garnish the introduction and say, okay, so but that's her husband and he's on the xylophone. So shall I be speaking to him or I should be speaking to you? How does this make your singing better? First off, before I speak to you.
What make
the xylophone? How does it make your singing better?
The xylophone brings out beautiful tunes, and it enhances everything. Every creativity we do, all the compositions, the line, we do it from the xylophone.
Wow. And Mr. Agorsor,
it's the pillar of all the compositions.
Wow. Then you have a huge role to play here, Mr. Agorsor. So let me come to you. And she says that every tune you do comes from the xylophone. Yeah. And as the man behind this important tool, how do you feel, even though this is your band, how do you feel every time you sit behind this?
I feel good. I feel good.
Knowing that once you don't hit this, she can't pick up a good tune. I'm sure you feel that I'm the Ogboro of the whole team.
Yes, she plays the xylophone
as well. Okay.
Yeah, yes, and she taught me how to play the xylophone.
Wow.
Yeah, yes, because she's multi-instrumentalist.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yes.
I see. Then we'll be coming back to you about, the dance move I've not spoken about, and then, you being able to play the instruments. Then again, I'm sure people will say that, do we get to hear this beyond traditional music? Do you think that you hear it in the other kind of songs we hear? Because if this is a very, very important tool, it means that every form of music should have it. Do you get to hear it in other music apart from traditional?
Yeah, some people try to fuse it. They use the Western instrument and they fuse the traditional instrument, whether the xylophone or the punka in it. So sometimes we hear, but it's not much. It's actually not much at all. It's very few.
You think that we've abandoned what is ours?
Oh yes, like I mentioned earlier, Africa is a face of abandonment. We've abandoned we don't like anything about us. And also when it comes to the instrument, people know that when you bring out like the conga, this instrument, you can't bring out any tune that will ginger people, any tune that will make people fall in love with the music. But no, it's simply because we've abandoned it. We don't exploit it enough to bring out the creativity in the instrument. So if you see, we have only the local instrument, and this is
still you're making good music. Mr. Agorsor, you wanted to say something. I heard you say, and so I thought you were going to say something.
Yeah. As you said, people think that Africa cannot even go to science and technology. Yeah, people say that all the time. I say, no, we have multiple languages. That means that more inspiration into science and technology. So our people, they've made us like babies, that we don't know how to do anything anymore. Our instrument goes beyond all instruments in the universe.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Wow, and that's a huge one from Mr. Agorsor. So he says our instrument goes beyond. So let's come to what do you call these drums?
Okay, first of all, I'm Emmanuel Napo. Okay, this set, I will call it percussion.
Okay.
This is my percussion, but locally called kunka and palugu and stuff. So this is what I play, and this is my role.
This is your role here. And you think that without this, the song won't sound nice?
Sometimes I would say yes, but not all.
Not all, eh? But tell me, how much rehearsals do you need, and how do you get the right beats, to fit a particular song? When they cook or you give him the beats? Okay, you give them the beats to play.
Every beat I give it.
You show them what beat to play. So how do you pick that beat? You have to rehearse it, or?
I need to rehearse every time, every minute. I need to, because I must make sure I get it. Because whatever we do here, we record it straight.
So there's no room for, let's take it again, changes and all that. You don't want to do that.
Oh, sometimes it might, okay, let's take it again, let's pause, okay, there's a mistake here, there's a mistake here. But constantly we need to rehearse. Rehearsal is constant.
All right, so he tells us his role here, and then I go back to the right-hand side, left-hand side of Mr. Agorsor, where we have, what is this called?
This is called Gonje.
Okay. What does that? What language is that?
This Dangbani.
Okay.
Dangbani language. Yeah, it's an instrument from the Dagbanis.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you play that alone? Let me hear how it sounds. Okay, so this are made. Are they strings like?
Yeah, it's like it's a horse tail, and then
Wow.
they gathered it. Uh-huh.
Gonje,
Gonje.
gonje, and this is a horse tail.
Yes, a horse tail.
Okay, and it's a traditional instrument like she's been talking about.
And,
Okay.
and yoga is a multi-instrumentalist.
Okay.
He composes instrumentations with flute. It's very good. He plays every instrument. I don't know which instrument he doesn't play. He's a master.
They say you're the master. How long have you been in this business?
It's almost over 40 years now.
Over 40 years.
Over 40 years.
Would you say?
I was young before I started music, at the age of 10 years.
Wow. Would you say that, it's rewarding if your child walks up to you and say they want to do the same thing? Would you say, oh, go and do it, or you say, oh, no, this one is not what I want to do? Would you say it's rewarding?
Anyway, yes. If they only like it, I can't stop them. Yes, if they would like to do it, okay, I'll give them more advice about the music, how the music goes. So if they can only like it,
You encourage them to do more. It's not about the reward, right? or you say it's rewarding. Is it rewarding?
Oh yes, of course.
You've traveled very far with it. Okay, I know that music travels far. So when you're into music business, the probability that you travel far is huge. And now we come to the last but not the least man here. And hello, sir.
Yeah.
So what is this?
And actually, gumi.
Hey, we gang. I get what we gang.
What we gan?
What we gang now? Okay, actually, mini.
Gumi.
Go me. It will call chat. It take about thing.
Oh, it sound. And we use okay try ni bibi.
Nye Kenya na ni lewu fio.
Waka wana ni noni try wana ni ke woni ni. Ene nye try agbaja, enye try akete.
Okay.
Enye try ni bibi. She mostly me pile. Onu she usually hanga me pe. We ke feel music here. No music and we feel. That no ba na eko e. It's very hard. I go banana ke music ni eko.
So actually gome ni anya ke try no. Me na ke wood and then okay.
Wulu wanyana yo hewulu. No ke fi.
Yo
Hewulu.
beans.
Yo ko do ami.
Oh really? Call yo. What do you know the English name?
Antelope.
Oh okay, antelope. Okay. Skin ene. Okay. Kokefi. Mana obi olet mo boden chofi ni.
Okay, master ni.
Oh okay.
Lady money feel.
Okay. So that's the man who plays a lot of instruments, and this is his students.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've seen all the people here at the Agorsor studio. They make up the Agorsor Band, and we'll continue the conversation with the lead vocalist, because she talked initially to us about being a dancer, and the fact that she began with dancing, and then she met her husband.
Actually, in my family, it's all about the art, dancing, all about the art. So it's from the house to the shrine, dancing in school. I joined the cultural band, and I've been at it till now.
So are you the only one standing in the art, or you have siblings who are also
I have siblings who are also doing it. My backbone is doing the art.
seriously, professionally?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yes, but he hasn't. He's young, so
Okay.
he's in the. How do I put that? The nursery stage to come out now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I see.
And
And
my brothers also dance too. We are all from the music and arts family.
okay, so you didn't have to. So when you went to the University of Ghana, were you there as a student or?
No. I
Okay.
was in the secondary school, and because of the dancing, actually, a lot of people knew me at the
Okay.
time. So if any of the final year students were about to finish their
Practicals, okay.
everybody will be wanting me to be in their project.
Okay.
That's how
Wow.
I go.
That's
there.
how you got there. And you look extremely young. Somebody says, oh, this is a young girl. I'm not sure she's that young. I'm sure. Don't tell them your age, but you're in your late or early.
I'm 26.
Wow. Wow.
36, sorry.
Wow.
You caused it.
You want to look you want to look more younger. I'm sure Mr. Agorsor said, did she really say that?
Yeah. I'm 36.
36. But I see you have children as well.
Yes,
So
yes.
how are you able to manage the family? Are you grooming your children to also
My
take
children
after
are
you?
all, they can come and play right now. They
Wow.
play, they do the arts. They are into everything I do. I check my kids academically for them to, be on the path, as well as giving them that home education. Because you can't just be academically good and you expect that will take you everywhere. No. The home training and also with the art, which opens the mind, is what I feed into them.
Now you talked about the fact that initially that you stopped going for shows. And have you also started or have plans? You said you were going to tour this
we have
year.
plans of touring this year.
And what about the Ghanaian market? How are you
Yes,
going to feed us with your good songs?
We are going to start all that. We'll be looking for good venues, and then we'll announce it. You'll hear about it.
We'll hear about it, eh? And also, I realized that some of the songs I've not heard everything. At least I've heard two. I get to hear a fusion of Ever in them. Is that?
I sing in Ewe, English, Tree, Ga, Fon. I also use
This phone.
for Benin,
Okay.
Republic of Benin. My mother is a Beninois.
Okay. I think it's a Beninois gift, especially because of Angelique Kijo,
When you hear the Benin, they use the Benin to cover the Ghana. You really find that. My father is from Aflau, so
Okay.
I hail from Aflau. And my mother, the Benin side. Yes, it's a bit of the both. Yeah.
But we are proud.
And the languages, apart from those languages, I also use the inner language, what we call the inner language. The inner language as a devotee or a priestess, or if you like, a knowledge keeper. Your level of awareness will open you to all knowing, where there are a language that is connected with all other languages. So when we speak it, I could sing a track in the inner language that you could trace South Africa, you can trace Swahili, you can trace Dagbani, you can trace all those languages inside. So
You didn't have to learn all these.
you learn what?
The inner language. It's
No,
not
no, no,
something
no,
you
no.
learn.
No.
Is it like a
Because
spiritual language?
Yeah, should I say it's a spiritual? It's both because the result of it's physical. Yeah, and it's not all devotees that speak it. It has to do with your level of growth.
In the spiritual realm. Okay, it looks like that one is even deeper than myself. I don't seem to understand that, and it's just something I want to explore as well. But I see the flute on your neck. But I've not seen you play it since I got here.
Oh, okay.
So what do you use it for?
I
Is it that you direct the path of the team, or when you sing, you play, or you lead them with that?
It depends on the song. Every song has what comes first, what comes in the middle. So depending on the track, like this album we released, one track has the flute on it. And apart from that, we have tracks that we play only the instrumentations without singing. So that's when it gets to that part, that's where I blow the
That's where
flute.
you blow the flute. And also, I heard you talk about the fact your husband actually said that you know how to play a lot of instruments. Did you get that from the shrine as well, or you had to learn
from
that?
the shrine? From largely, my father plays drums. He sings. They
So
do all
this is
that.
a family inheritance.
Yes,
The shrine
yes,
business is a family
yes.
inheritance.
And also joining the band. What they have, wherever I reach, what they have, I could just fuse in.
I want to give you a minute to demystify, the knowledge that or the thoughts that people have about shrine. When you're talking about shrine, somebody's like, "Oh, this is fetish." That's how people think. But the way you're talking about the shrine to me sounds like something that is totally different. I don't know. Maybe you want to tell us more.
You see, what I would like people to understand is that the fact that people are afraid of the shrine, or people pretending to be afraid of the shrine, is that it's all about cleanliness. I'm not saying I'm clean than anybody. But if you have a system of knowledge that shapes your mind into the evolution of science and technology, if you abandon the system, you tend to be like, I'm afraid of the shrine. You shouldn't be, because the shrine is the science and technology institution, if the African system were to be in place. So books have been written, films have been made, always to bring down the shrine. And I'm saying this point blank, that anything that you've been told about African knowledge, African culture, that it's evil, it's fetish, relearn them, because they are rather what will let you see the truth.
Wow, so that's some knowledge for us to ponder on. And now I hear there are artists as well. They do some painting. So we're going to move to that session because I'm told that during the just ended Chalewati Festival, they were the lead painters. You're the lead artist there, or you exhibited,
No,
or
that
what?
you get okay.
Did you exhibit at the place?
Yes.
Okay.
We did.
You did some exhibition. So we're going to see their paintings and then we get to speak about that aspect of them as well. So this is the Agorsor Band. We take a last performance. The next time you see us, we'll be painting. All right, so I told you the next time you see me, we'll be painting. So I'm off to paint now, as though I know how to. But we are here at the Agorsor Painting Studio. Agorsor Painting Studio, where initially at the music studio. Now we are back to another craft. This is painting. And guess who is here? Do you remember this face? I guess you do. So, lead singer, now painting. This woman is a woman of many parts, you know. I'm so proud of you. Like, I'm looking at you and I'm like, this is a woman everybody wants to be like, you know, a woman of many parts, a mother, a musician, a painter, you know, a woman of all knowledge.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you're back here doing some painting.
Yes, yeah.
So what are you really painting? I see a lot of paintings around here.
Yeah.
So we'll try and explore as many as possible. What is this you're trying to, or you're painting?
This is a scene. I don't know how to explain the scene, but approaching the canvas, I just had a thought of a table with bottles on it, and as usual, if you see writings, it's all over my work because I depict education, that awareness to bring that enlightenment when it comes to education. What are our children learning in school? Is it really bringing out the creative genius in our youth? So if you see writings in my work, it's all about education. But aside that, I just brought some table bottles on it, people discussing also by the table, and I play along with it. I don't really know what to do, I'm doing to tell you, but this is just a scene or a thought.
So
and
you
I
just
play along.
conceive things in your mind, or you just approach the canvas, and then things begin to play in your mind.
Yes, I just approach the canvas. Sometimes I have an idea of what I want. That is when I get the inspiration, I sketch it down, then I know what to do. But largely, I approach the canvas and I just do what I want to do.
Wow. And it always comes out well.
Yes.
You're blessed. You're blessed. And this is another painting, sorry.
Yes.
And this is, what is this?
It's
This is all, numbers. I see a lot of numbers.
Yes,
And
you
all that.
know, as the education playing the key role in my artwork, it's always about writing. So this is like a blackboard.
Oh, okay.
I have them. You see
There's
some of
another
them
one behind
in black
us,
and white,
yes.
but I just chose to do it in browns to see how it will look. And
So it's like a blackboard, and the teacher has written a lot of,
things
numbers
for the
and
student to learn.
Okay.
To the learn.
Wow. But this is human
Yes.
painting
Faces.
or faces.
Yes,
Okay, that's how
yes.
you call it.
I have series of them. Sometimes I just feel like doing faces. I do it. I feel like doing the village scenes. Our
And
usual
that's,
village
the-
scenes.
Looks like the Hearts
Yes.
kind of, or the Madhouse kind of,
Yes.
whichever one
Yes.
you choose to call it.
Yes.
So this one, we have a lighter face and a darker face.
Yes.
Is there a reason?
No, I don't have any reason. I just did it.
I see.
I just
So, and then we have other smaller faces all
Smaller
around
faces
them.
behind, yes.
And still, you
Yes.
just decide to do
It's
it
just
that
playing
way.
with ideas.
I see. And this as well.
Yes, this as well.
Wow. And this is a table, if I guess right, it's a table with bottles on it, another table with bottles on it.
You know, usually in our society, if friends meet or you meet your colleagues, if you are not working or doing it, it's all about this. The table, you chat, and yeah.
That's true. That's true. And there are some carvings too behind
Those
us.
are my husband's.
Okay, these are for the husband. So it's a family of creative people,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
And this must be a multi-million family, because I hear creativity. You know how, like you're saying, apart from the things you learn in school, what you're able to do with your hands
Yeah.
is what brings you money. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you people are, you've got all the cash,
It's not really about the cash. It's not really. You need, as human beings, you need cash for your day-to-day activities. But the main goal is not on the art and on the money. Art is what you do that brings you joy if you're an artist. So if you're able to pursue it, money or not, if you have that eternal joy, the rest.
Okay, so now we're going to look around just one more time. And is this something you also had to do? Is like,
Yes, this is a preparation I did. With this blackboard style, this is how I go about it. So after a series of preparations with the canvas, I do this, then get the...
so you're not
main-
going to do the
So now you can see a
main
blackboard
thing. Yeah.
here. I'm yet to write on it, little
Okay.
till I fill the
Okay.
whole...
Okay.
And in this one, I just decided to blend it, use different tones to see how it will look, just as I did with the other one. So I'm yet to work on this one too.
as well.
This word here, I call it civil journey.
Civil journey.
Civil journey. Civil journey has to do with one's indigenous knowledge. And as a society, as I keep saying, if your indigenous knowledge is lost to you, then you are lost. So if you look at our school system now, technical drawing, they don't pay any serious attention to it. Large number of schools, they don't even do it anymore. We rather have French compulsory, and the art which will rather shape our mind, rather is not compulsory. Now, this is a work, in technical drawing or technical skill, it's all about the angles. They've taken all this thing away. The symbols, which usually you get the account saying the Dikra symbols are theirs. The Dikra symbols are not theirs. You understand? It's all part of the African knowledge system. So we all own it. It's not for one tribe. Knowledge does not belong to one tribe. if you've not discovered it, you don't take ownership of what you think you have. So I did this to bring that awareness of technical skills. It's technical drawing. It has to be inculcated in our school system because it shapes the child's mind. And all the symbols that, now the symbols are limited to cloths. We put the symbols on the cloths, then we wear it. It actually has a deeper meaning, and it's a city that you can actually live in. It's a realm. So I did all these things to bring that awareness. When
that we need to go back to the days of technical drawing.
Because a lot of people now, we don't do things well. We don't do things well. The reason is only because the art is no more in the education system. The art has to be in the education. It has to be compulsory.
When you talk about the arts, it means sketching, painting, and all that.
It has to be in the education system. Our music, our languages, there should be a level of priority. It shouldn't be left for anything. Because that is where we brew all aspects of our culture. So if the art that can shape the mind is displaced, then your education will be hollow.
Wow. So that's an appeal to the people who matter and are looking at our education system. She says the arts needs to be given some priority, and that will shape in the knowledge of the children we put in school.
I want to say this. In the schools that offer art, if you go there, you realize they are offering the art, but it's not deep to touch the minds of the children. Some parents also do not want their child to pursue the art because they think it's of no use. But if your child is academically good and is doing the art also, which is the mother of existence, art is the mother of existence, it opens the child's mind, not only for him to become an artist, but it helps with the office job or any other job the person, your own life. It shapes you. So it's very important for art to be compulsory in our education.
All right. So if you are asked to, leave your music, leave your arts, and get back to the classroom.
I have to go and teach.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay, then we'll do all in the classroom.
You do the music and the art and the painting, everything in the classroom.
Like the carving, everything in the classroom.
Because I'm sure that when people watch this, they'll be amazed at the wealth of knowledge that you have. And they might be thinking, why doesn't she set up a school? Why doesn't she go back to the classroom to educate these young ones and all that? Yeah. So maybe it's something you should be thinking about.
Yeah, there are a lot of unimaginable things in the pipeline. So
we can't wait to see a lot of them. But these are some of the paintings that you have here. And you've been telling me how, you just walk to the canvas and then you begin to do things like this. You say your children can sing. Can they paint as well?
Yes. Wow. They can bring their works out and you be
wow.
All of them.
What do you do?
I have an art teacher for them. Okay. So, usually people think that if you're an artist and you have children, because you're an artist, you can give that tuition to your children and they'll become like you or more than you. No. It's never like that. If you're an artist and your children have the interest to do this, you need to employ an artist, because an art teacher is separately different from an artist. Okay. Because you take the child from scratch to where he's supposed to reach. But with you that you are already into your work, what are you going to impact into?
So did you have to, because you talked about the fact that, things started from the shrine. Did this also start from the shrine?
Yes.
The painting also started from the shrine?
Because you remember in the music studio, I was telling you in the shrine, you are taught the art. In order for you to become useful to your society and the whole universe at large, you are trained to do sculpting, you are trained to learn sketching and drawing, you are trained to learn weaving, you are trained to do a whole lot of blasting.
In the shrine?
In the shrine.
So the shrine you're talking about is just for your family, or it's for the community?
It's for the community. It's for anybody who comes.
Because you have teachers there who are ready to
yes, because the high priests there are those who teach us all these things. In the past, all these things, inventions, creativity, all came from the shrine. Because they are the knowledge keepers. They are the repository of knowledge. All these things comes from there. But because, don't get confused, because our system has been disbased, Africa is no longer on her mother tongue. So we look at things differently. Look, the society believes that they will have to travel abroad to make their living good or whatever they imagine. You can do it all right here in Africa, wherever you find yourself, once you put your mind to it.
Now, these paintings, are they commercial or?
Well, as my husband laughs at me, he says his work is more commercial. Mine is not. It's not, because you know, there are some works that you see, an art piece that you see, like you just go for it like that. He laughs at me and team me. You do museum work. And museum work, they don't sell quickly. But it's more about like what I want to do, how I feel it. Yes. So like I was saying, if I should think about the money side, then I wouldn't be doing this. Wow. But it's what I want to do. It's what I want to do to bring out that awareness. So I have to do it.
So you do it, and then what, you keep them here, or you go exhibiting them?
Yeah. Actually, I've exhibited all over, both Africa and outside. Wow. And we know a lot of clients. So some of them, when they're in town, they come by, or they call and they come and just come out.
Wow. So this is serious. You're on a different level of, you know, the arts. And we've talked about education. We talk about the arts and all that. And what will be the final message? Because you have found a way to inculcate this into your children. Yeah. What will be that final message that you give people at home who've watched you, amazed by what you've done with this and the music, and so that they can also have their children towing that line?
First of all, on the educational side, I would like parents to have the understanding that art is the basis of life. Without our art, we are nothing. It is science. So if their kids are offering art in schools, they shouldn't discourage it. Because not only for the child to become an artist, but it will also shape whatever work they do. And they will do it properly. Because in art, there is no mistake. If you are really taking, if you have that courage to do it, you can stand everything. And about environment, people burn plastics. You know, they burn plastics. We litter all over the place. In the night, the universe is supposed to be at rest, just for us to also sleep well after every day is up and down. But you realize the constant burning in our society, even at night. So you have to put on an AC before you sleep. What if you don't have an AC? So it means you are going to inhale this bad air, which the AC is also not a good thing anyway, but you don't have a choice. So I would say people should limit or stop the burning at any time of the day, and there should be ways also, the government should find a way to allocate, you know, dams, refuse dam for what, which should be far away from the homes, so that whenever it's burned or recycle is going on, it will have its own space, not among us. It only gives us sickness. And the cutting down of trees. Anytime I'm in town and I get to, you know, the Bomagam Road, it's very sad. And not only there anyway, all over. We just cut down trees for no reason. We cut down trees to put car parks. We cut down trees to do some, you know, that awareness of not cutting down trees. They are the pillars of the earth. So we should cultivate that habit of planting more trees rather than cutting them, because it will go against us badly. And a preacher man too. You preach. You see, if you want to pray to God, pray. But the moment you do it and it becomes a disturbance to the next person, then you are not communicating to whoever you think you're communicating to. They preach at any time, at dawn, constantly, as if there is a speaker right at. When someone is sleeping, the fact that you have chosen not to sleep at that time and you are preaching doesn't mean that you should disturb your neighbor. We should all do things accordingly. And the crops, please, what you eat is what reflects on you as a human being. So if you put chemicals that are not supposed to enter your stomach, you put them in the food just for it to grow quickly. Now when I see tilapia, I get scared. You see pawpaw, you can put lettuce down a whole week, and say, Omo di nure gugu so. Niema we nyina your friend is saying the fishes. Ukoto nsuomu nama. What me say nam we die. You know we have a fish. It's called baji. We have a fish called baji. It is one fish that awareness has not gone to it in terms of putting chemicals in it before you eat. But this just recently, the woman who supplies baji to me, I get the and then fish is so neat. The flies are not coming to it. Why are the flies not coming? I want the flies on my fish. It's because of that chemical. So if the insects are running away from it, and you, the human, so all these things, please, society should put a stop to it, so that we'll have a beautiful and a peaceful environment for all of us.
All right, so you've heard from Nyon, and she's the lead vocalist of the Agorsor Band. She's also a painter. You've seen her painting. Actually, we are the Agorsor Painting Studio where she does her painting. I'm sure that you followed the journey with us from the music studio as well. She spoke about music. She's talked about music. I talked about her paintings as well, and we've got some education. We moved away from music, painting, to the society and what she thinks as a priestess should be done in society, and what she thinks that we should do in our homes as well. So government, you've heard. Society, you've heard. From the Agorsor family, we say bye to you. So it's Agorsor and JoyNews family. We say bye to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.